what does faith mean to me? I just think it's a place of safety. I am so comforted by knowing that I can trust in something bigger than me. I'm an overthinker. I get stressed. I'm an anxious gal. And knowing that God is with me no matter what just takes the burden of life off my shoulders and means that I can kind of just wake up and get through a day not having to trust that I have to have it all together. I've known Jesus my whole life. I've been a Christian since I was literally a baby. I sometimes say that I grew up on a pew because I'd lie on a pew and I was always there at worship practice in the morning and filling the communion cups. And I think that for me, the biggest thing in my life has been just that consistency of never being alone. And I think that I have been through ups and downs like everyone, but despite it all, God's been there for me. Back when I was younger, my mum went through cancer treatment, and as a kid, hearing that your parents sick is the worst thing that you could possibly imagine. And the things that came with that, I struggled with eating disorders and anxiety and all the things that kind of rippled out from that. But I just have this memory of lying in bed, and I just knew that God had it. I knew that he was going to look after them. And we had invisible ink pens, and I would write scriptures on my bedroom wall. And then at night when I was anxious and fearful, I would shine this little light of these scriptures on the wall. And it's just this thing of going life sucks sometimes, bad stuff happens, but Jesus is in control. God's got it, and I don't need to fear, and I don't need to be overwhelmed by my thoughts because I'm in the palm of God's hands. As someone who's grown up in church, I always felt I didn't really have a testimony or a story to share. I very much felt it's been okay. I've kind of just lived my life. But I think that for me, things really changed during COVID lockdowns. I really had a moment where I just knew that I couldn't just kind of passively live my life anymore. I believed in God, I trusted in God, but I had this moment where I just went, I need to live my life for God. I need to actually understand the God that created me, the God that created the universe. And it was this moment of man, I need to do the work and I need to kind of start taking the steps to actually understand who Jesus is. And I remember out of that, man, I was confused. I feel I kind of grown up with different theological ideas and perspectives and thoughts. And I'm also coming from a world that's telling me the opposite of these things that I'm hearing. And in that moment, I just remember God just said, just that scripture that said, seek me and you will find me. And it's been such a comfort for me in my journey of going, okay, I just need to seek God and I will find him. And honestly, it's the greatest thing, those small moments with God, when you realize that he is for you and that he loves you and that he will never leave you. And honestly, if you're listening right now and you have been wondering, is there more to life? Is there greater things than just getting up, going to work and going to bed? There is such an amazing God who loves you, who cares for you, and who cherishes you. And the greatest place that you could find out about this is Alpha. There's some awesome Alpha groups, and I just couldn't encourage you to go check it out enough.